that would, be going to the landfill employees, is that correct?
That's correct.
Something there right now.
Sir, if, you want to add that, we can add that too. We do have A1 already. And we can add that explanation to include A1 under personnel, if that's what I'm understanding.
Chairman, point of privilege. It's hard for me to understand why something that would need to go into closed session couldn't have been brought up earlier to the chairman to decide whether or not it was appropriate at this meeting to do. I mean, on an open agenda is one thing, but to go into closed session about something is a completely different thing. No disrespect.
I'll withdraw it. We'll talk about it during the board time.
Okay.
That's what y'all want to do. I mean, you know, we don't like discussing with employees for the time.
Back up a second.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be talking about all employees in general, okay, you could, I'm a little iffy, but you could do that. But if you're gonna get in specific employees for the liability protection of this board, we could go and close.
But again,
I
my
mean, that's
point is,
up to her. You know, we can talk about it in closed, but I mean, if she objects to it, that's fine. We'll talk about it board time.
that's like,
I'm just saying.
It's about one person, okay?
So then it needs to be closed.
Okay.
obviously, but again,
It came to my attention this morning. All of it did. So I didn't have enough to talk about before today, but I did this morning.
I would add personnel, under personnel.
Yep, under A1.
Under A1. And
Agreed.
it's already been announced which department, so I guess you can say which department instead of just plain personnel.
Sir, would you like to amend it to add that?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, now we got that part. Anything else?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Okay. Second.
All right, on a motion to approve the agenda with the amended adding the resolution for approval of settlement under the opioid abatement act for 11C, as well as adding personnel transfer station employee under closed session A1, discussion and consideration of interviews or assignments, appointment, promotion, performance. And we'll go into that when we go into closed. Mr. Booth.
Yeah.
Mr. Cox.
Yes.
Ms. Cookenbook.
no,
Mr. Phillips.
Yes.
And Mr. Terman.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we'll move down to approval of the disbursement. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
The Draper Aiden one. What is that? Is that connected with the landfill?
Mhm.
Stopper, they're still operating under the Draper Aiden Associates
They're-
name.
When they're invoiced, yes, the Draper and TRC, yes,
I'm sorry,
yes, yes, sir.
even though their name's actually changed, that's what I was getting to.
Yep. / TRC.
At some point now, they probably should be switching, but they are.
We get invoices with both ones.
Yep.
Some have Draper Aiden and some have the
I
TRC.
use up the old station.
I understand that, but it's just something extra y'all have to keep up with.
Yes.
So, at some point in time in the future, it will.
Well, from what I understand, another company is purchasing
Oh,
TRC, so we might be down to 3.
so when we get 3, they got.
That's right.
3. Oh, gosh. As far as we know, is Billy staying with us?
Yes,
Billy retires.
Yes.
That's,
It's gonna be soon.
yeah.
thank goodness.
As long as he's staying with us, I'll be okay with whatever they call it.
Right.
Anything else?
On the Thompson trucking, do you happen to know how many loads that's?
I don't yet, but it's typically around
13 to 15, give or take, or are we way above that now?
for the month,
Yeah.
it's around 60 to 65.
We take your figure.
Yeah, I wish it was my thing.
Yeah, seriously.
Jeez. Been too long since I asked that question.
Anything else?
That's all I had, sir.
Nothing else, I'll take it over, Marie.
When I do have one other thing, there is there's a check in the amount of $5,575.
Yes, ma'am.
Explain that a little bit?
Past employee, the system munis, there was due to the, last check that was issued, the system didn't capture an IRS cap. So, the system did not take the correct taxes, out on the, W-2, so we had to reimburse that difference and update with a current W-2.
Okay,
And that's already been submitted and
Thank
mailed.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Nothing else, I'll take a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second,
All right, on the motion to approve the disbursements as discussed and presented, Ms. Cookenbook,
Yes.
Mr. Phillips.
Yes.
Mr. Cox.
Yes.
Mr. Booth.
Yes.
And Mr. Sherman.
Yes. Yeah,
That was
minutes, like everybody was here, can we?
I
just-
don't think Jeremy was not
Oh, yeah.
on one side.
I was absent on April 17th.
Okay,
April
motion made.
April 17th,
324.
Sorry.
324.
Wrong.
We combined them.
Getting way ahead.
324, you were not here, sir.
Yeah, I'm here for April the 7th.
Right.
Correct.
24th of March.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve March 24th, 2026 minutes.
Okay,
I'll second.
motion second, any discussion? Call roll.
All right, on the motion to approve the minutes for the Board of Supervisors regular meeting on 3/24, Mr. Cox,
Yes.
Ms. Cookenbook,
Yes.
Mr. Phillips,
Yes.
Mr. Booth,
Abstain.
and Mr. Terman.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, now I'll take a motion to approve April 7th, I think that's the budget workshop.
Yes, sir.
So moved.
Second.
All right, on the motion to approve the minutes for the budget workshop on 4/7, Mr. Booth,
Yes.
Ms. Cookenbook,
Yes.
Mr. Cox,
Yes.
Mr. Phillips,
Yes.
and Mr. Terman.
Yes.
Okay, that was easy.
Before we move on, I want to take a minute. I made some comments in public that should have made. Apologized on social media, but I think it's good that I also read my apology to get in public record. And I have to write in what I always say because I forget half times. Okay. I seriously apologize to everyone for the comments I made on March 24th, 2026. I deeply regret that I caused offense. It was my intention to celebrate the many women in the county leadership roles as elected officials, as leaders in the county administration, and as leaders of our public schools. My goal was to acknowledge their dedicated service to the community and to thank them for their good work, which often sadly goes unrecognized. It was not my place to speculate on those serving in higher levels of government or to generalize about an entire category of people. For that, I am sincerely sorry. Leaders in our community, including me, have an obligation to be mindful of how we present ourselves and to recognize that our words carry weight. The community looks to us to set an example and to demonstrate the best values of our community. My comments on March 24th fell short, and for that I am sorry. This is a county that values and respects all people, and one that has a proud track record of women serving in leadership roles in elected countywide offices, of women serving with dedication at the highest levels of our county administration and leaders for our public schools. I fully support them and offer my gratitude for their leadership and service. This has been a big learning experience for me. I will use it as an example going forward as I continue to dedicate myself to serving the citizens of Floyd County. At our Tuesday meeting during our budget workshop, I personally stated to Ms. Cookenbook that at no time were my comments directed towards her. We may not always agree, but I respect her as a member of this board. Now I'll turn it over to Jessica.
Sir?
From her, I'm sorry.
Sir, right before that, if I may, Ladina, can we just do this quick introduction of our employee and then it'll be yours. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Good morning.
Morning.
I want to introduce you to our new grants and compliance specialist, Noah Bauer. First, I want to let you know why this position is so important and thank you for putting it in the budget last year. Our little department of community and economic development, Tabitha, Carla, myself, and now Noah, we're currently managing 11 grants. What's just over $1 million. 7 are construction grants, 4 are planning grants. They're somewhere between announcement and closeout. The construction ones, if you're curious, are the Commerce Center, housing rehab, broadband, and the recently announced utilities project. All of the planning grants are for workforce housing. Additionally, we are currently pursuing about $7 million in grant funding for business-ready sites at the Commerce Center, plus workforce housing. Plus, we're awaiting review of about $2 million in FEMA and VDEM grants. And of course, we have many other programs and responsibilities and activities too, but that's just on the grant side. So we're really delighted to welcome Noah to join us in this work. Noah grew up in Floyd. He still lives in Floyd County. In Noah, we found someone who's a good listener, a good researcher, writer, and a graphic designer on top of everything. He pays attention to details. He's smart and I believe wise. Tabitha and I had the opportunity to work with him while he was at Citizens doing graphic design, and we found him to be very responsive and helping keep us on track on deadlines. I had watched Noah years before in academic competitions at the high school, and I always admired how he combined intellect with kindness and composure. So we're excited for him to bring those abilities to help us gather and tell the stories of Floyd County's needs and opportunities to potential funding partners and to carry those projects to fruition. So welcome, Noah.
Welcome aboard.
Hey, she's gonna say, what do you do with the rest of your free time?
I'm very thankful for the opportunity. I think it's going to be a wonderful staff to work with. So
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Great.
Glad to have you.
Yep,
Yes, sir.
thanks.
Welcome. Ladina, thank you. All right, it's all about you now.
It's not about me, it's about kids.
That's true. That's true. Well, it's about you talking about the kids. There you go.
So good morning.
One morning.
We had our April meeting last night. Started off recognizing students. Our speech team was the Class 2 state runner-up, and that's first time in history, in school history. So gave them some recognition, and we had several students that were state champions in like extemporaneous speaking and humorous. Do all those types of competitions they do within the speech activities. Then we highlighted our Virginia Tech Liaison Program. This is a program we've had in place since 2019. But like anything, it's been running and been running well, and it's good to hear some highlights and remind the board what that program does. So we have an MOU with Virginia Tech where our elementary instructional specialist, Kim Keith, spends every Thursday on Virginia Tech's campus in the Arts Center
through the Center for Educational Networks and Impacts. And she essentially is a matchmaker. So she's there on campus one day a week, learning about things that the university has going on. She's, in our buildings the other 4 days. So she knows the needs of that we have, and then the resources that Virginia Tech has. And so she essentially is a matchmaker, and she matches our teachers with professional development, with classroom activities, outreach from student organizations, and she matches departments at the university and student organizations at the university with opportunities to give back to their community, to help support grants, those sorts of things. It's been a very productive partnership. We received the Advancing Computer Science grant several years ago as a result of this partnership. We are working with them on several Science Foundation grants to hopefully bring more resources into our classrooms. She submits a yearly report, and this year is obviously not complete, but she just reviewed last year. Last year, we were able to send 448 students on field trips through Virginia Tech to the campus, or to an event they were having on campus. One of their flagship activities is the Hokie for a Day. It's not a recruitment trip. It is simply to get students on a college campus, to let them see what college life is like, to experience from the academic side. They also get to talk with a student athlete, meet with the Corps cadets during lunch. It's a great day, and all fifth graders have the chance to do that in our division. So currently, our current fifth graders all the way up to our 10th graders have done that. They have had that experience, which we're really excited about. And then there were over 700 connections or students that were served through outreach with that partnership last year. So we're very excited that this is continuing. Other divisions have a liaison, such as Montgomery, Radford, and Giles and Radford City. But Kim's the longest one. She's been there the whole time for us, and that's really given her some seniority over that program, and a trust with the staff there at Virginia Tech. So we're really thankful for her work and what she's been able to bring to our students and teachers. Action wise, approved the annual special ed plan, the CTE plan. Now that we had such a great showing at the state speech competition, we had to approve an overnight field trip for nationals. And then a bittersweet moment, the board passed the retirement resolution for Anna Harris. Her last day will be April 30th. So we're really going to miss her. She's had 39 years of service to the school division, 34 of those as board clerk. So big shoes to fill, but we didn't waste any time, because the next thing we did was appoint a new clerk in Ashley Weeks, and she will be great, very attentive to detail, and we've asked that she do another 34 years. So yes. We also moved the location of our May 11th meeting to the CCDC collaboration space, because that's where we recognize our retirees, our teachers of the year, our VSBA business partners. So it's a little bit of a bigger crowd than our little room can hold. So we're moving that to the CCDC.
And what day will that be?
May 11th. Student enrollment was at 1587 for March, which that March 31st is what they use for ADM in our funding. So that is 16 students more than we budgeted for, which is great for funding things that broke this year. Budget update. We're just waiting on the state to tell us what they're going to do. And we're hopeful next week. They reconvene on the 22nd, budget talks on the 23rd. We're hopeful it won't be too much longer after that to see. Obviously, we base ours on the governor's budget, which is the lowest. We anticipate that going up in some point in fashion. We had policy revisions, just our regular review time of year. Policies have to be reviewed every 5 years. So we have some that have to be reviewed every year or every other year. So this was more of that regular review round. That will be their information to be approved next month. And that's all the updates. Got a lot good stuff happening. It's 6 weeks left of school. Hard to believe. It's been a very fast year. But we're excited. We're very excited to finish strong.
I was sitting there thinking, I can't believe we talked about May.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any questions? Or
Yeah, graduation is May 15th at
6
6
o'clock.
p.m.
As of now, on Coachville Field, the past few years, it's been moved inside because of weather, but hoping for good weather.
Just a couple of quick questions.
Yes, sir.
I was asked at my town hall meeting, and you told me once before, but I couldn't remember, what does a school bus average cost?
$160,000.
160?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how many of those do we need?
20.
Roughly. Just asking.
I would say we would. There are different ranges of disrepair. I would say 15 would get us
start?
a start.
Okay.
There's still more than that are outside of the range of recommended age, but we take our mechanic. I mean, we baby these things obviously to get so many miles on them, but
Okay,
yes.
that was my questions.
Them's hard miles too. We got so many side roads and,
Yeah.
you know, it shakes them apart.
Mhm.
The guy we need to talk to is next.
Thank you for your patience earlier with the change schedule. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, we love it.
Thank you for what you do.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys for what you do. Yeah, I don't mind stepping aside for a Floyd County alumni to
There you
get
go.
recognized
Right.
at all.
I also want to say we met, Jenny and I met with Dr. Cromer and Darren yesterday, met down here and just had a really just great conversation back and forth, question, answer, looking for solutions, all that. So I wanted to thank you and Darren. I, emailed Darren as well. It was just, it was a good meeting and, it was welcomed and I thank you for that.
That communication is great.
Yeah.
Great.
Those things I've noticed, just in my few times in passing, seeing students around the school. Oh, I'm happy.
Oh yeah. They won't admit it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sneak around, but they genuinely enjoy being there.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to say, I mean, everybody has problems, every school has problems, but our problems are good problems to have. We can work through them, we can collaborate, work together and get through them. Yep. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Sir, I neglected to say, if I may, there's 2 cards going around, condolence cards. One is of, a school, employee for 40-something years. The other is an employee that, from Department of Social Services.
Right.
So there's cards there if you choose to, and we'll make sure that they get delivered.
David, you got the hot seat now.
Morning.
Good morning.
I was just chatting with Ian there about, we went out and looked at Pioneer. Way. A walk through punch list kind of thing went really well. A couple things, to fix up and, it's gonna be a good project. So, anyway. That's probably the most exciting thing I have. The rest has just been maintenance stuff. A little surprise, I guess probably when the surprise is paying attention, snowstorm in, St. Patrick's Day. That was interesting, but other than that, it's been, a lot of pothole patching, a lot of work on gravel roads. I actually got some cutting done in the Czech area. They spent about a week on Hale Road. It's been a lot of brush to cut. Also Timberline, Wild Cherry, Lovell. Of course, patching, the best we can do on 221 Route 8. Both ends of 221, as a matter of fact. Gravel road maintenance, Sowersville Dam, Thunderstruck, Sunny Ridge, Thomas Farm, Roger Road, Spangler's Mill, that's in the Czech area. Also worked at Manual, Firehouse, Sugar Tree, Eppley Mill, Hilton Road, Reed Hill, Dickerson, Airport Road in the Willis area, pothole patching also on Mount Elbert, Wills Ridge, Indian Valley, Ridgeview. It's not November. We still have a lot of animals to pick up. We've been doing that. And working on the next couple roads in your 6-year plan. We've been out to Ponderosa, talked to the people out there. I think we're able to do probably half of that anyway.
Thank you.
The part, probably the easiest part. Couple problems with the other part. One is a property owner, and one, if we don't get property from that side, we have to go to this other side, which would really, I think, adversely impact a residence right down there, across down the hill from that. So
I wouldn't make it.
no, we'd rather not cut a bunch of trees and put drainage on them.
Yeah.
Might leave
Yeah.
that in the way it is. The other part's gonna be good. The good part, we can get that part, and that's still a good 4/10 of a mile, I think.
Okay.
And then, of course, we're also working on the right of way for Sunny Ridge. Sunny Ridge.
Still working on the right of ways?
Oh yeah, it
Okay.
takes a while. You gotta get all of it. Everything's gotta be signed.
All right.
These roads, they're not right of way. They're prescriptive easement.
Right.
Where the owners own, so they have to actually, give that. So, Firehouse Road project will, it may be already out to add. That's gonna go, this summer. And, we will use our, state crews and some, hired equipment crews to finish up Hope Road. Which we didn't get to finish. So on 6-year plan for to do all of it, we had to cut it back, do just some environmental and, stormwater stuff. We got that figured out, and we'll be able to get to the end there. So that's it. That's all I got. Oh, you may have heard a little bit that we had, this was in Montgomery County, but.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
today. Had to replace a pipe under out a very large pipe that turns out was just in pieces. They could barely get a decent hunk out of it. It worked last night. I was a little later than I wanted to be because I came through there to check it out. Still flagging traffic at about 8:30 this morning, but almost finished up with that. That was a good project. We had to do it. There's just no way you could flag traffic on around 8 during the day. It was already the northbound side when I came to was already just ton even then. So they worked for a while, took a break, let school bus and stuff go through. Like
Right.
that. And got back in when the asphalt plant's open. And patching that up right now.
Okay. Was it at Camp Carriesbrook Road or below it?
It was just, if you're coming
From
from
Floyd.
here, it's just before you get to Camp Erie.
Just
Yeah.
before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and you on that, we didn't.
Okay, yeah,
And they were,
thank you.
they were able to put a longer pipe in, and extend that shoulder, so it'll be a little bit safer, you'll have more.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good, that's great. Yeah, I was, brought up yesterday, matter of fact, on Sunny Ridge, and they wanted to know where that was, and I will report back that it's still in getting right of ways and such from, owners. When a pothole crew is patching, like around the county lines, and it's in Montgomery County, is there any reason why it just doesn't come up and then go through the rest of the county line? Because Dobbins Hollow, I saw where Laurel Ridge Mill Road
Mhm.
had their potholes fixed. But Dobbins Hollow Road still has large craters on it. So it just seems that it would be efficient since you're right there just to kind of run up unless they ran out of mix, and then I can understand. But
Mhm.
I just was wondering about that. I appreciate all the work, especially on Wild Cherry and Hale. Those two had a lot of brush that had extended over the way. And I would just again ask that this year as you go through, please have your crews note dead trees because there are still a lot of them out there. A lot of maples, a lot of ash, and it would be very beneficial for them to be proactive and take those trees down rather than have them fall in the middle of a windstorm or an ice storm during the winter. So whatever you can do there. Other than that, that's about it. Appreciate all the work the crews do,
Yep.
as always.
Keep going, and I meant to mention was I was talking about those other 6-year plans, we are having a public hearing.
Right.
At your next meeting.
Yes.
I'll be back.
All right.
Want to thank you for what you, several, you mentioned several of the roads on that little list that I gave you that I went around. And I thought that would be it for a while. I do appreciate what you did. But we've got some places there on Baker Street near there in front of Miss Peak's house in that curve in there. It almost looks like it had been cut out at one time and patched, but there's some awful rough places there that need to be addressed. And going from the school on Woods Gap up toward the landfill on the left-hand side, you've got several places there that need to be addressed if you could, with the amount of school traffic we have coming in and out. And I don't know how to work this. As a lady sitting back there, she just signaled she wanted to talk, but it's our time right
Right.
now. I'm sorry. But you can get with him immediately after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you for the work on Route 8 everywhere. It's looking good. I've had a lot of calls. I got a short distance of 221 in mind, but forgive me for jumping in y'all's districts, but I got calls from people all over 221 to please.
Yeah.
If we can get that on the resurface and schedule, I know it won't be this year, but after in the new budget, it needs it terrible.
Yeah, we're trying our best to get it on those schedules.
So and just thank you for everything you're doing.
Yeah, Morgan, I would just readdress the point of 221 North, resurface that. And yeah, the only other thing I had really was just a question, but I seen the brush cutter that's been working down in check. Is that y'all subcon? That's a nice piece of equipment.
That's a new piece of equipment that we got.
I mean, that is handy.
We went and watched a demonstration of it and liked it so much.
So y'all, the state.
We're ready.
Okay. I didn't know if y'all were subcontracting that. How that works. Yeah, that is a handy piece of equipment.
It's not necessarily a little pretty when it's done, but it'll go for a long.
Oh, yeah. But I'm sure it's effective.
It's a lot prettier than a branch in your windshield.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's really all I had. Thank you for all that y'all been working on it. Appreciate you.
Yeah, okay. Want to thank you for doing Hilton Road. I mean, they really appreciate it. It's a long time, but they finally got it. Merrifield, guy called me the other day, said he called y'all in on 319. I think I messaged you and the gentleman up there on the day after our last meeting and mentioned Merrifield, but it's not been done yet. I was told that they're actually driving over in a lady's yard to go around some of those potholes. Rocky Hill, potholes and grading, on the lower end of the page section, you got some potholes down there that I got some complaints on. I rode down through there and sure enough, there is some. They're not as bad as some of the other places, but they did bring it to my attention, so that's why I'm bringing it to yours.
Sure.
Indian Creek. I know I mentioned this to you last time about potholes down on that road. It looked like that bad one that got patched, but the rest of them didn't get passed, and I'm not sure why. But they need to go back on the list to get those potholes, and also the grading on the dirty end of that road needs to be graded. And also the dead trees that just fell down into the road, and you know how they come out in the road about 2 or 3 feet, and then the cars run over them. Well, they're still laying out there, and the branches have been run over, but they're still in the ditch line, part of it in the road. That's down on Indian Creek. Sumter Road needs to be graded bad. It's actually worse so bad that it's got the ditches down through there. I was told Lester Road and Easter Creek needs to be graded, potholes in this. I also noticed y'all got out and did pass some at Duncan Chapel, which we appreciate. I'm not sure, I haven't been out on Horse Ridge. Have they passed any of that out there?
I didn't see that on my list, so
Okay.
They may not have got to Horse Ridge.
And they have been complaining about that for a good little while now. The middle section down through there is really bad. So it'd be nice to get that done. And we do appreciate what you do there.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna jump on T21 too. I've noticed, seem like in the last 2 or 3 weeks from right Camp 5, all the way to Wells. Seem like that pavement's just deteriorate. And I noticed right above Gardner's Farm there, they get ready to start cutting timber in there. And
Yeah.
when they get coming up out of there, it's really gonna break that pavement up because it's really cracked there. And a lot of people's want the roads graded, but right now as hard as the roads are, I don't see how you can.
It's
do it
right,
graded.
yeah.
And then if you do, you got 3 inches of dust.
Yeah.
You know,
We're already getting dust calls.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Still want to get with you sometime, go up on a manual. Look
Yeah.
at that little section there. I know you like me, I've been covered up here lately. Don't look like it's gonna ease up a bit. Anyway, we'll try to get together sometime.
Okay.
And, other than that, I appreciate all the work y'all done.
But one more thing there before you go,
Wait a minute, I ain't finished.
Oh. Sounded like he was winding up. Didn't
I must find it up.
It wasn't started.
But like I say, all these here, roads that, every one of them got a big pothole, you know, and they just growing overnight. There's a lot on 221 that sort of concerns me, you know, they get sort of deep, so. Okay, now, let's start up here.
Okay. Kennedy School Road. There is an area just above, Whitelock. On the right-hand side, there is a culvert that is sinking, causing a very large hole. And I'm afraid if a new driver or someone who's not paying attention hits it, it could be very detrimental to their own safety.
Sure.
And there are many potholes as you climb up through Kennedy School, especially towards the end where it is no longer a paved road.
Yeah.
So if somebody could get out there and double check that, especially that culvert situation, is very concerning.
Alright.
I was just out there a week ago and experienced it and saw it with my own eyes.
I remember just, and, shut up, but anyway, it's in Walters District.
Oh, gosh, okay.
It's down Duncan's Chapel where y'all are replacing that culvert.
Mhm.
I've had a number of people ask me if y'all could postpone that for like.
It's already started, culverts out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's done now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they didn't call me back, so
Yeah.
they was.
Now you gotta hurry and get done so we can get out.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so, all right, wait.
Okay, out on Firehouse Road, I had a lady message me here a while back that in the middle of the road out there, one of the culvert pipe that goes across has got a hole in it in the middle of the road.
Mhm.
So I know y'all getting ready to redo that road. You might want to get somebody to go out there and look at it and see if there's something that can be done to keep somebody from falling, tire or something going in that
Yeah.
hole in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
I mean, I know y'all gonna replace all the
Yeah,
culverts
we're
when you
still
do
looking
it.
to be safe until it all gets done. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
so
Okay.
And just a question on the 6-year plan, what road is absolutely next? Do you have that designated?
Well, Sunny Ridge is next on the prior, well, not really prior, really Firehouse is next because that's the
Okay.
one that's going to, and then Hope is already ready. So
Right,
go ahead and do that. So Sunny Ridge would be the next one.
okay.
And I think it's Ponderosa.
So Firehouse, Finishing Hope,
Yeah,
Sunny Ridge, then Ponderosa.
I
Okay,
think it's Ponderosa.
okay.
Firehouse been on there for 20 years.
Yeah. Yes.
I was just gonna say, and I know it's been a while, but you remember, it helped me understand what was going on in the other districts. You know, we got together, you got the big vehicle and we rode around the whole county.
Mhm.
Now, we did it it took 2 or 3 different days to do it, of course, but if the board's amenable to that, I would like to see us go back to that, cause I don't always travel the roads in other districts, but I hear about them.
mhm.
But that helped me, that when we did that, that really helped me understand what was going on in Lauren and Justin's and y'all's districts. if we could look at,
Sure, yeah.
I know scheduling's a problem,
Yeah.
but if we could get back into that mode, and it doesn't have to be every spring, it could be any time
Mm-hmm.
we go through and do that. I'd like to see us get back to that if the board's agreeable to that.
I'm a visual person.
Yeah.
And they can tell me all they want to until I actually lay out something I don't understand.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to do it anytime.
Make it happen. Yeah.
And we don't know if we can, if it's Saturday or something like that, it'd be fun.
Okay.
One quick thing there. You told me there one time that the road was on a regular grading schedule.
Well, I mean, they try to get every,
How often did they try to get them every year?
um, some are more problem roads than others, some get more traffic than others, but 2 or 3 times a year. I mean, that's not a lot, I know, but there's
Grading
300 miles of unpaved roads in Floyd County, so yeah.
The grading depends on the weather too.
Yeah.
300?
How many miles did you say?
300,
300.
600 miles of secondary road.
Okay.
Half of that is gravel.
Unpaved.
Okay. I'm glad you said
Yeah.
that because somebody asked me and I said, well, I know we got 600 miles of secondary road.
Yeah. It's about half.
At one point in time, they said we had the most unpaved roads of any of the counties, at least in southwest Virginia.
It's close. Carroll's got, of course, Carroll's gigantic county. But,
Yeah. But they've been working on a lot of theirs too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little easier to do.
Yeah.
Some of the flatter areas.
I think we still got a couple that don't even have, you have to drive through the creek.
Oh, yeah, we got two, and then in Valley, you have to go to the creek.
Open cores. Yeah, we got a couple of those.
Hey, one more thing there. This is not in Floyd County, this is over in Montgomery County. A gentleman told me if I seen you to ask you if you would fix a pothole on Piney Wood over there.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait a minute, some, doesn't know.
Who?
I'm not driving up.
They didn't mention that last night. I was at the board meeting.
Oh, was
Yeah, nobody mentioned
This
that.
guy said he went through there and he said, knocked his car out of line, he thought. And I said, well, if I see David, if he comes to the meeting, I'll mention it to him. I just happen to remember.
So the paving and the patching that was done on 658 was greatly appreciated by a lot of Floyd residents.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That town is sure.
Yeah, what about that accident area on 615? I know you've had the cones up there since it happened. On Pilot Road.
Yeah. I've not gone through there. So
I mean, we had a spill and
yeah.
and I don't know if guardrail is now gonna be put up or whatnot, but they've been there. I mean, it's obvious why they need to be there. But you might wanna get, a lot of people from Floyd County drive up and down that road going
Yeah.
to and from work, so maybe go home that way.
Yeah.
You can see it all work.
I think there's it down that much,
Run for
16 feet, say it is.
I don't know.
No, wow.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's close. I mean, it was a spill.
Yeah.
They had to contain, it was a hazmat accident. Fuel leaked out into the little tributary that feeds Brush Creek, coming off of Pilot Mountain. So it's something that's concerning.
I'll take a look.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Let's take a couple of minutes, Jerry needs to speak to the
You
radio.
want to talk to her?
Want to talk
David?
Oh, I just wanted to tell you that the Floyd County High School going up that hill to get there is awful.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all do that or.
Yeah.
Y'all do parking lots there to high school?
No.
Huh?
You don't, well.
Let's get.
Yeah,
Okay.
when you go up it,
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that up.
So you need constitutional officers around, so
Yeah.
you move up to the old business, or burn ban. Works.
Motion.
Yeah, I do. I don't know how we can get it out any plainer. We're still having people that's,
Yeah, we just got a call in this morning.
we did.
Yeah.
So I take a motion from anybody that wants to do it.
Yeah, I'll make that motion to put into effect or to have the resolution passed. Noting our ordinance prohibiting open burning on public property and prohibiting open burning on private property during our declared drought emergencies or other emergencies creating heightened fire risk.
I'll second.
Oh, if you done with I'm in discussion, so I make no point. Now, it needs to
I
be
was gonna
pointed,
do that too, yeah.
it needs to be pointed out as part of the resolution, to point it out that unless we repeal this, it's effective for a 60-day period from April the 3rd.
Yeah, retroactive.
So the citizens know that until we actually repeal it, it's a 60-day burn ban of all kinds.
So that takes us to June 3rd.
That includes campfires, stuff of this nature also.
Everything.
Yeah, I just want to be clear.
Burn barrels.
Yep.
Barrels, yeah.
Unless repealed, right?
Really?
It's in that last paragraph there.
Well, I know it is, but I want to point it out.
Oh, so that loud, gotcha.
Yeah.
For whoever's listening.
Roasted marshmallows.
You got a motion second, call roll.
Right on the motion to pass the burn ban ordinance, Ms. Cookenbook,
Yes.
Mr. Cox,
Yes.
Mr. Phillips,
Yeah.
Mr. Booth,
Yes.
Mr. Terman.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll get from this one.
Next on the agenda, sir, was the tabled request, Max Mountain Fencing. And if I may, I did look into a few different things. The bids were for actual replacing of the current fence, widening, slab, things of that nature, electric fence, adding electric to the site, so it didn't include AEP electric, so there will be an additional cost for that, but to be electric ready, that site, to have the gate similar to Franklin Pike. As well, it was asked that I verify the lease. The lease was signed on March 9th of 2021, and it was a 10-year lease. So that would take us to 31, which is just a month shy of 5 years.
Is there any right of first refusal in that lease? If the land is to be put up for sale?
I would have to look, it's been a while, premises improvements, I don't believe I remember that.
I don't think we.
I think I brought that up.
I don't think we have, I don't think it ended up in it. though.
Yep.
No. Not in memory or quick scan, but I'll thoroughly check, make sure
And there's no automatic extension of that lease.
No, sir.
Clause.
start.
At some point, when we get to the last year, we will have to sit down and renegotiate.
Yes, sir.
Did Mark talk with Mr. Phillips on that?
Mark, spoke to him in the past, did not revisit him as of late. He was out last week. So,
Now, the quote that you got, was that for just the front 100-foot gate?
no, sir.
So it was for the whole thing.
Yes, sir.
Explain to what the whole thing is.
That's what I just said. It's replacement of the entire gate, widening. We had to widen it because of VDOT, widen it because of VDOT entrance, slab, electricity, electric fence, but it doesn't include the AEP portion to extend the electric to get it there. So there will be a smaller increased cost after that.
$13.50.
What?
$13.50.
Why are they replacing the rest of the fence all the way around? It's already 10 foot.
For
They have to widen it.
They widened it. There's nowhere to widen it.
yeah, there's a little space to widen it to be able to, and that was because of VDOT. Because we're putting that closed entrance.
Yeah, they have to make commercial entrance.
Mhm.
Really, put your spouse in there.
I'm not in favor.
I'm not in favor of the cost because I don't really think that the rest of the fence needs to be widened. And really, basically, all you're really gonna be replacing is the front section. Because I mean, I went up there and walked around it. You can actually walk around the outside edge of the fence.
Mhm.
That's all you can do. I mean, you might move it over 3 foot on each side.
I think it was just a couple feet. Yeah, just for the electric part of the open.
So they would take the whole 62, 260 feet of fence down and replace it all with brand new fence.
10 foot.
The trash,
10 foot.
260 feet is perfectly fine. Is that what you're saying?
That's what the bids are for. That was the original request, and that was the bids are for. So yes, that's what I'm saying.
They base that on what they need to do for expanding.
Correct. And to have that electric fence.
Well, I know.
I mean, the electric
to-
front
to
part.
expand the site to get the entrance and the electric. They need to take the old fence down to do that.
From what I
If we don't
understand.
own this land, I cannot see making this kind of investment.
What was the initial basis of wanting to do this project?
One of the reasons was that the lady living there next door, and also the Questenberries on the bank above, I talked to them here a while back also. It's the noise at nighttime. I mean, you got people coming in there in the middle of the night, radios are playing, the house right next door, she's 94 years old. I mean, you're waking her up. Also, the ones on top, across the Indian PO road. I talked to her there the other day, and she also told me that it wakes them up at night too. So it's a noise thing, it's a gathering place. I mean, we need, need to take care of some of the citizens there too. I know that's a big cost, but and it needs to be a closed site, just like the rest of them. If you're going to continue to use this for the next, 10 years or whatever.
I
and
guess part of my thought is, I mean, I feel bad for the ones that's having experienced the loud noise and everything, but I mean, we may have 15 or 20 other sites around the county that have houses nearby that experience the same thing, but we're not able to go spend $20-some thousand to do all these.
Well, they're not actually fenced in either, are they?
No, but I'm just saying they're still a site. They're still they're still there. I don't want to make it sound like we don't want to spend $20-some thousand to help 5 or 10 people that live in the area not have noise complaints. But I mean, on the electric fence part of it, I mean, we're not seeing bear activity there, are we?
To my knowledge, no.
It seems like that's
He's got
Well,
paper train bags.
We've got 5 years left on the lease.
Correct. March of 2031.
Fast.
Yeah, March 8th.
The other sites in the valley.
Not yet.
We have not. None has come up at this point. And we haven't made an active effort in that area. Nor any other area at this time because of the projects that we have
I understand.
recently.
But what I'm getting at is, and we have spent a lot of money on that site, but we spent money on other sites that we don't own too. But we were getting geared toward owning our own sites.
Yes, sir.
And it couldn't. Could we at least, could we at least be trying to spot new sites?
Yes, sir.
And when you do that there, we need to do that in these 2 districts or close to y'all's districts.
Locust Grove for sure.
Well, Locust Grove for sure. Could we, and I know it sounds like I'm trying to put it off, but it's hard for me to put more money into a site we don't own.
I understand where you're going with that. Yeah.
And if we could start looking for another site up there, if we could find another site, then instead of putting 20-some into this, we hold that 20-some to put into that site we own. Because I agree with Levi. I don't like it to sound like I'm not willing to pay to fix a problem, but we've got a lot of sites in this county that could have similar problems, and even up here at the landfill. I was getting complaints when trucks was running at 3 o'clock in the morning. We kind of held that back, but I still got complaints when they started at 6 too.
That's not how.
But that comes with the territory.
Mhm.
Anywhere you have a site, no matter what time you started, but you see what I'm trying to say? I'd like to find a more permanent county owned site in the valley and in Locust Grove and Little River.
We've got, what, 6 years to search for property. You know, at least 5 years, we got 5 years to search for property. Has anybody approached Mr. Phillips and see if he
He's
was?
not interested.
Not interested in search.
Tell you, the only thing I feel like that would happen is if they're already coming out there in the middle of the night to do their trash, if we put the gates up there, they're still gonna come out there in the middle of the night. They're just gonna lay the trash beside the gate.
Well, isn't there a small entrance gate going in?
No,
Oh,
No,
I thought there
no,
was.
no.
They're,
I mean, if
they're
it's closed, it'll be closed, yeah.
it's on a timer.
Yeah, once they're closed, they have to be closed.
That's right.
We don't even have a small entrance gate at Franklin Pine.
No, sir.
So,
Maybe to help with the noise problem and the kids watering around, we could post it with no watering signs. And that would give the sheriff's department with a beef
extra,
and, you know, to ask them to move on.
if they would patrol, if
Yeah.
they would patrol the area, maybe a little more, maybe we could request them to do that. If we could put our signs up, no loitering.
Sure.
Then that at least, if there's any little parties going on, at least that would give the sheriff's office a standing to either ask them to move on or press charges.
We could do that if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause I've noticed other places that puts up the no watering signs, seem like it worked pretty good, you know. I don't know about out in the country,
Yes.
especially when, you know, midnight, no traffic, you know.
Now, that wouldn't stop people from pulling there at nighttime and that's there was a trash out, right?
No,
Yeah, that would pretty.
That part they wouldn't, but the
Yeah.
party is
Oh, yeah, okay.
address.
sir, it is on the agenda.
The dump.
It is a,
Can't go over here, it used to be over here, remember when IGA was here?
Right,
Okay, that was one of the party spots after midnight.
We need a motion to.
yeah, it is an action item, so I don't know how you guys would like to proceed.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion. Well, I'll make a motion for the vote of the Max Mountain, that's sufficient.
Did not proceed.
Or no,
Anyway, we can just,
to open it up for a vote.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'll second.
On the motion to move forward with the bid for Max Mountain fencing, Mr. Cox,
Aye.
Ms. Cookenbook,
No,
Mr. Phillips,
I'm gonna say yes.
Mr. Booth.
I'm gonna say no, but also one part of the stipulation, we start immediately looking for another site.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Terman?
I don't see it gated, but, said no to.
Okay. We will proceed with, I'll make a phone call and get, neutral party actively looking to send us some stuff within designated districts.
Yeah, if you could, I mean,
But I like to,
Designated district. Yeah. So we'll put emphasis on the ones that we have not visited in a minute or has, we've been struggling getting property.
You know, things happen. And, you know, the only reason I vote against it, because that's stipulated, is that being we just got 5 years. You know, it may be very difficult to. You know, get everything set up and then all of a sudden we lose. Right, I said, okay,
Right.
you know, if we had another 10 or 15 years, I would probably vote
Well, I had asked her to get Mark to talk with him and I was hoping that maybe they could get into a conversation to where, he might would extend it, but I mean, Mark didn't get a chance to do it, so.
you didn't ask Kim? You asked Kim to ask Mark? Okay,
I did, yes. ma'am.
okay, gotcha, yeah.
Go down to new business.
Yeah, I'm just business.
Next is the request of the naming of the shared drive.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said.
Yeah,
It's yours. It's now yours. Yeah. Yeah.
After
Yeah.
they're doing their.
Yeah.
now,
Yeah, I double checked that last night.
Yeah.
If you're fine with it, I'll make a motion.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Alright, I'll make a motion that we name the new shared driveway request Compton Legacy Drive. I'll make that motion.
I'll second. And this will be distinctive with the new colored signage, right?
No,
We were-
but you know what? I did not visit that, but we can make that happen.
It's not a public
Right.
driveway, so it's.
Private.
Look, we use the brown or
Oh,
something.
I understand.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah,
Emphasize
sorry.
Colored combination for non-public.
Okay.
driveways.
brown. I
Was it
thought.
brown?
I can't remember.
I think it was brown, yes.
Brown, white.
I'll
maybe, or
make
something.
that emphasis when we, or once approved,
Just-
make that known, okay?
To make sure going forward, when we're doing the private ones, they're since that's what the board decided.
Yes,
we
sir.
need to make sure it's not the standard green or
Green,
white,
white.
Got it.
and past that, it doesn't matter.
All right, on the motion to approve the naming of shared drive, Compton Legacy Drive, tax map 66-62, 66-68, and 66-69, noting of the private sign color of brown. Ms. Cookenbook,
Yes,
Mr. Booth,
Yes,
Mr. Cox,
Yes.
Mr. Phillips.
Yes.
Mr. Terman.
Yes.
All right. Next is the proclamation for Volunteer Appreciation Month.
make a motion.
Just want to read it first.
You want me to?
Whoever wants to read it.
Oh, yeah. Floyd County Board of Supervisors Proclamation Volunteer Appreciation Month. Whereas volunteers play a vital role in strengthening community bonds, supporting organizations, and inspiring civic engagement. And whereas volunteering provides individuals with a sense of fulfillment, opportunities to develop new skills, and the chance to connect with fellow members of the community. And whereas National Volunteer Month, observed each April, provides an opportunity to celebrate the contributions of volunteers, raise awareness of volunteerism, and encourage continued community involvement. And whereas National Volunteer Week in 2026 will be observed from April 19th through April 25th, offering a designated time to honor volunteers and recognize their impact across a wide range of community activities. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Floyd County Board of Supervisors do hereby proclaim April 2026 as Volunteer Appreciation Month and urge all residents to recognize, celebrate, and support the efforts of volunteers who strengthen and enrich our community. Proclaimed this 14th day of April, 2026.
I have a motion and I have a second.
second.
Motion second, go ahead and call roll.
All right, on the motion to approve the proclamation acknowledging Volunteer Appreciation Month as read, Ms. Cookenbook,
Yes,
Mr. Booth, Mr. Cox,
Yes.
Mr. Phillips,
Yes.
and Mr. Terman.
Yes.
All right.
put this in here.
Okay, with that, we'll move down to our public comment period.
Oh, we
Right.
have one more. It's what we amended, the 11C.
Short amendment.
And you got that somewhere?
Yeah, we're gonna put it in right now.
Okay.
Yeah, send it to.
Go out.
Okay.
Well,
Now,
I thought it was already in there.
didn't show up on mine.
No, it's not. So if I may, while we're sending it to you, I can read. Is that okay, sir?
I swore I read it somewhere, but
may have sent it to you to get the approval for
Yeah,
the addendum.
okay.
That's what it was.
It's in there.
It's in there.
Yes.
Let me back out.
It's pull down on the screen sometimes, I don't get it.
Again, this resolution is based on the litigation of specific opioid related claims against associated pharmacies. We've had similar in the past, but not noting these specific ones, such as North Carolina Mutual Wholesale, Louisiana Wholesale Drug Company, United Natural Foods, and subsidiaries of that.
We're getting closer and closer to going after the ones we need to.
Isn't that the truth?
97,625,000 nationwide. Which usually equates to Floyd getting like $1,300. Usually equates to Floyd getting like $1,300 or something.
To the authority.
That's correct.
I'll make it, you want me to- I'll make her, if you're ready, sir. I'll make the resolution that we approve this motion, excuse me, to approve the resolution that was sent to us by our county attorney, approving the county's participation in the proposed combined settlement agreement resolving opioid related claims against Associated Pharmacies Incorporated, J.M. Smith Corporation, Louisiana Wholesale Drug Company, Morris and Dixon Company, North Carolina Mutual Wholesale Drug, and the United Natural Foods. And directing county attorney and the county administrator to execute the documents necessary to effectuate the county's participation in the settlement.
And authorize supervision.
Yeah, and authorized signatures. That's kind of the best way.
Second.
Yeah.
On a motion to approve the resolution regarding the opioid related claims as requested by our county attorney, Ms. Cookenbook,
Yes.
Mr. Booth,
Yes.
Mr. Phillips,
Yes.
Mr. Cox,
Yes.
Mr. Turner.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
With that, we moved in comments. It is the intent that all people attending the meeting of the board regardless of health and conditions shall have an opportunity to participate. Any person present requires any special assistance, please let the board know in order that arrangements can be made. Speakers are limited 4 minutes. Sharing or giving away unused time is not permitted. The board does not respond to questions or comments made by the speaker during the public comment time.
And our first speaker is Elena Huffman.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Sorry,
That's okay.
I've done this before. I just have a comment for Chairman Terman. I watched what you said at the last meeting. As a single parent that has raised 2 kids by herself with no help, you set my heart back 50 years. Well, you can shrug, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I know you did an apology and I know you think that's sufficient, but it was a blanket apology, sir. I can't very well raise my kids to stand in their power when you kick it out from underneath their feet. I'm very disappointed in you. Very disappointed in this board that laughed. And that's really all I have to say. We all know it was a blanket apology. You owe women of Floyd County an apology. And if you had any credibility, you would resign. And that's all I have to say.
Our next speaker is Karen Baker.
Good morning to the Board of Supervisors. I'm Karen Baker, and I'm the chair of the Democratic Party of Floyd County. And I too am here today to talk about your remarks. There's a real problem in this county with people not being respectful to one another now. And it has been fostered by certain elements nationally, and you have reflected that in your comments in March. You have disrespected women who step out of their place of being subordinate. You said that you were meaning to speak highly of the women in this county that work so hard. So you say, oh, you did a good job, but you know, these other women, oh, they think they're worth more than what they are. So what you did was you created a situation where maybe here it's okay because our women are okay, but those other women are not okay. And they hurt other women and they're bad. So what you did was you othered so many women by your remarks. And I agree with Ms. Huffman that saying, I'm sorry if I made anybody unhappy, that is not any kind of true remorse. So we know that what you think is that women in general are stepping out of their place and they're not behaving appropriately. And I want to move on to the board because, like Ms. Huffman, I noted that there was a lot of laughter, and I recognize that laughter was nervous laughter. However, all of you had an obligation to help the board to step beyond those remarks and reconfirm that you represent all of the people of Floyd County, not just men and not just women who know their place, but all of the people of Floyd County. And by not publicly so stating, the board left it that this was okay for Chairman Turman to have done this. And so I am disappointed in the board as well, because I think you have an obligation to bring this county together and to behave in a non-political manner. You're not supposedly party driven, but his remarks sounded very much like the head of the party in the United States, and your failure to address it was like our Congress that just lets it all go. So I would hope that the board would consider at some point issuing a statement about how you represent everybody in this county, not just the men and not just women who know their place. Thank you.
The next speaker is Paul Kitchen.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the Floyd County Board of Supervisors, administrative staff, and fellow citizens. Just a quick update as to what's going on from an election point of view. The good news is it's all good. The western part of the state now is going to be represented by myself as the new vice president of the Virginia Electoral Board Association on the statewide election day operations team, which is a security team. So we're going to have a voice this far west in that now, which will be a good thing, particularly when it comes to election security and operations on election day. As you know, last night at midnight, our governor session on signing all of the bills came to an end. There were 44 bills impacting elections. We don't know exactly how that has all come out yet, but none of it impacts what we're doing on April 21st. None of that will come into place. The earliest will be July 1. So the August 4th and elections beyond, there may be some operational changes. If the April 21st bill passes, it will affect 69 localities, which will have to prepare for possible redistricting. It does not impact Floyd County, so we won't have to deal with that. As of today, there are 2,654 early voters that have cast their ballot. That exceeds what we had already done for the governor's election back in November. So this issue is a hot item right now, and a lot of people are turning out for it.
Excuse me, how many do you say? it was?
2,654 was it this morning. So again, when it comes to preparation, we need to thank Dr. Cromer and the school board. They are closing the schools for the students. We'll just have staff doing a work day, so we're very comfortable that we'll have all the necessary parking and everything will be done. The team over at the Office of Elections have done a great job in preparing and keeping the early voting running really, really well. So I think everything is in place for a smooth election on April 21st. So thank you very much for your support and help. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Paul.
Alrighty, with that, we'll go through public comment period.
Chairman, at this time, I also ask a point of privilege and deliver some remarks that I've written. Is that all right with you? I have a statement prepared that I'd like to read.
Go ahead.
As I was preparing these remarks over the last 2 weeks, what stood out more than anything is after all this time and all the work that's been done, how in the world would I still be making these comments in 2026? I truly believe that by this time, my daughter-in-law, my niece, my acquaintances through the 90s and into the 2000s would not have to still be fighting this fight for women to be accepted on all levels in the workplace, as athletes, and as elected officials. I can only hope my granddaughters are free of this burden in the years to come. As we are in the Easter season, it should be remembered that when God wanted the message, Jesus had risen on Easter Sunday morning. He trusted 3 women to deliver the news to the apostles. However, even though they were sent by God, the men in the room did not believe them. As we raced in the 1960s to put men on the moon, it was the work of women, Black women specifically, that did many of the math calculations that truly made the Apollo missions possible. Last week, we watched, after 56 years, the United States spacecraft orbit the moon, traveling farther than any other space crew had done before. Christina Koch became the first woman to be on a lunar mission and the first to orbit the moon. My fellow supervisor and chairman of this board made some derogatory comments about women 2 weeks ago, and this was very unfortunate. An apology was issued, and last week, Mr. Terman personally apologized to me at our budget session. Although the apology was given, it does not erase the fact that the comments made were demeaning, insulting, and not worthy of someone who sits on this board representing both men and women in this county. As a woman in a leadership position, I have had a few first woman 2 moments. I'm very proud of these accomplishments. I have worked hard at all of my jobs during my career. I have expressed a very real interest to be chairperson of this board for a number of years now and have been blocked many times. It is unfortunate, as the second current most senior member serving on this board, that I have been kept from assuming the chairperson role. A number of my constituents in the Little River District have asked me why this has been the case. As we continue through the 2020s, I was amazed by the following kind of rhetoric that was espoused. Scott Yainer, chair of the American Citizenship Initiative at the Heritage Foundation, says professional women are medicated, quote, are medicated, meddlesome, and quarrelsome. And also said every effort must be made not to recruit women into engineering, but rather to recruit and demand more of men who become engineers. Ditto for med school and the law and every trade. If every Nobel Prize winner is a man, that's not a failure. We deserve better. In the face of all of this, I will continue to work hard as the only woman currently serving on the Board of Supervisors here in Floyd County. I will continue to represent all of the constituents of the Little River District with hard work as well as fiscal and social responsibility. I am a proud woman and citizen of the United States of America, where at every meeting I recite the Pledge of Allegiance, which ends with liberty and justice for all. So in answer, no, that's not necessary. And in answer to you, and I'm not trying to answer anybody in public comment, but as a board, we all must work together. I have a right to express my opinion, as does everybody else. And we'll see where we go from here. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We've closed the public comment period and move on to going into closed session. Under 2.23711A1, 2.23711A6, 2.23711A8.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Under the motion to go into closed session, under 2.23711A1, A6, and A8, A1, discussion consideration of interviews of prospective candidates for employment, assignment, appointment, promotion, performance, demotion, salaries, discipline. This will have to do with the EDA board appointment and the recently amended personnel issue regarding the transfer station. A6, discussion and consideration of the investment of public funds where competition or bargaining is involved. And 8A, consultation with legal counsel employed or retained by the public body regarding specific legal matters requiring the provision of legal advice, both having to do with Floyd Public Service Authority. Mr. Booth?
Yes.
Ms. Cookenbook?
Yes.
Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Mr. Walter Phillips, sorry, and Mr. Dermott.
Yes, yes.
Got those two mixed. Sorry about that. All right, we are.
Closed.
Closed. Mhm.